Good evening. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for Tuesday, the 15th of August, 2023, 5:10 p.m. Central Time. I don't remember doing it this early. I'm going out tonight with a group of friends, so wanted to get things done early. And it's, as I said, dog days of summer anyways. So what went on today? Stock market getting hit. China, terrible news, just keeps getting worse. And what do you do if you're China? You sit back and you say, I'm not going to report the news bad anymore. So they're not going to report how they report at this phase youth unemployment, which was over 21%. They have deflation. They have property companies that are in default. Now, shadow banks that can't make payments. I can go on and on. The people have lost faith, but they do have a shot to do something. And they have a tax on stock trades of I think it's 0.1%. They can remove it. And there's talk of that. And guess what? You get a rally in the stock market. Maybe that's the event. Things go up and people feel better, and it helps the economy. It's probably going to happen, so I'd be paying attention to that for any day you wake up. Today you saw that they cut interest rates by 15 basis points, so that came out of left field too. These aren't dramatic moves. They're not the moves that I think that are what I call walk the walk. They talk the talk. They don't walk the walk. In the U.S., stock market's down pretty hard. The U.S. consumer showing that retail sales still strong. But remember, that took into account in a big way the Prime Day from Amazon and kids going back to school. As I told you, I have a niece and nephew that are back in school already. So this is what goes on. And I realize it's early. Here we are, August 15th. I don't remember as a kid ever going back to school until September. Well, after Memorial Day, all right? We have that coming up, and you got to pay attention to it. You have to pay attention when you get a gasoline bid in front of it. We'll talk about that another time. I write about in today's newsletter. I bring this up because before I go any further, I'd like you to get my newsletter. I give entry points, exit points, specific trade recommendation. It goes along with my morning subscriber video. It's included with it. And I back up trading ideas, show you daily charts, weekly charts, what I'm thinking of the market. The reports will come out like this. I write in a lot of bullet points. My idea is, after having read now for 5 decades newsletters, I like to read them in bullet points. I want the points of what they're getting to because my time is so darn important to me. So if you're like I am and you want to do that, how do you get this newsletter? It's simple. You get it by going to our website, iraepstein.com, under free offers. You can move your cursor right here. You can call my staff, 866-973-2077. This is how it all looks, comes together twice a day, Monday through Thursday, then Friday mornings and Sunday nights. So you're always tied in with something, and special updates. I issue quite a bit of these. And of course, with the newsletter, any special reports that I put out are included with it. So again, give it a try. You get a 2-week trial with it. Move your cursor up here. Go to our website, iraepstein.com, for free offers. Okay, let's go back now and talk the markets and get those going. In the gold market, we're down for the week 0.5 percentage point. It's only Tuesday, so we're just getting into Wednesday trade, midweek. The market's got stiff resistance up at 1958.30, the 18-week average, and I'm going to repeat. I love to put these averages on a chart because if you learn how to work with them, as I teach in my charting course, what it does for you is you all of a sudden say to yourself, oh my gosh, Ira said that when we're under the 18-week average, the bias is down. It's a filter on other parts of the technical indicators. Therefore, you're looking for sell signals, not buy signals. It's one thing to cover short. It's a very different story to go long. In this particular move, look at how this has just come down. So the gold market is fighting what? It's fighting high interest rates. You know what mortgage rates went up to today? 30-year fixed? 7.26. You know what you can get on anywhere from a 2-year, 5-year, 10-year? Have any idea? You're over 4%. You're 5% in some. So why do you own gold? I've said that to you over and over. I've been adamant about it, and it's fighting it. You know, I do a lot of television broadcasts. In Australia, I was asked a couple of weeks ago, where should you go, Ira, with money? I said, why would you have to go anywhere? Just take the 5% you're getting on U.S. money, enjoy it for 6 months, a year, and keep a certain portion back, buy the things you want to buy if you're a stock trader. And that I agree with. You wait for the big things to happen in the stock market, and they're happening. You're in a correction phase. How deep? I don't know. I've proven to you with my stock report that I took off and did a week ago. By the way, I'm just about to do one in the bond market. I want to do 30-year bonds now, so I laid out all the charts that I'll probably record as early as tomorrow. But you put this all together, you try to get going what you've got, and the one thing that I don't want to own is a metal that doesn't pay me interest at this point. Look how far we're down. We went through these lows now. The market could get, and you got to be careful here, you could get one of two things. A kiss. You know what a kiss is? A kiss is when a key moving average goes to another and spins on it and tries to turn back up. Sometimes you get under it a little bit, but that's what I think you're trying to do, is get the 18 and the 200 together. You've had a prolonged break, due for a bounce for whatever reason, against the lower Bollinger Band. Now, remember the term gorilla glue trade. You heard me say it. I've been telling you about it here day after day. I came up with it because I, like you probably, get enamored. Oh, a market's oversold, it's going to turn. Yeah, having owned brokerage firms for 30 some odd years in my lifetime, I learned that that is not the case. Sometimes the market entrenches itself. And I didn't know what to call it. And Gorilla Glue came around, and I loved the product. And I said, that's what this is. You just keep hitting that band and falling, and the newcomers don't understand how bearish that is. It's the market doesn't even let the bulls out of it. The guys holding on for margin calls, they get wiped out in time there. And it often forces the market to develop what we call an embedded reading. Now, slow stochastics go hand in hand with Bollinger Bands. It's a timing and a mechanism for looking at it and telling you when you're doing something like this, the importance of embedding, the bounces in it, and what it all means. On our website, just go and take a look. IraEpstein.com, under Education, Enhanced Bollinger Bands. You will see what I'm talking about there, and you learn. It's the simple thing. But this just tells me this much. Yes, eventually we're going to get a good short covering rally. But until the red line closes over 21, that's a sale, not a buying opportunity. In other words, a relief rally and no more than that at that point. Get over 21 on a close and you get more of a short covering event. In the gold silver, I told you to stay away from silver because it is not even trying to gain on the gold market, and you can see what it is. Now, here's one of these situations where silver is trying to give you a bounce. In addition, very important event, the 18-day average is getting ready to go underneath the 200, another bearish crossover. Now, it's not as important to me, the 200 and the 18, as the 18 and the 100. That's much more important to me. But this is important. It's a long-term average, and it tells me, if I know nothing else, a big short covering rally should have serious resistance if it got up from here, and that's a dollar rally. I'm not saying it's going there. I'm saying that would be a resistance point. You're embedded. I think that as long as you follow my rule, what I teach in that enhanced course, traders are going to look tomorrow for sales in this market. In the copper market, we're just trying to embed now. Now, with China's economy falling apart and they consume half the world copper, why do you want to own copper? It's that simple. You don't want to own copper. So the bet's made up here when China did the talk and not the walk. And you heard me criticizing, it was Goldman when they came out there. JP Morgan had it right. I think it was JP. Goldman came out, now we're going to raise our outlook for copper. And I said, no, don't do that. I think it's the wrong thing because China has a way of trying to talk up a market and not doing actions. And each weekend I have been looking, are they going to do anything? And they didn't. Today they did their action, 15 basis points of a cut. Okay. Is it really throwing, at the wall? No, it isn't. It's just very orderly. And that seems to be where they're headed. They're going to let this run its course. I really believe that. So I don't know how low you have to go, but it's lower than this from the looks of it. You kept the embedded reading at work in platinum. Be careful. You can go lower there. And the dollar. The dollar is now fighting its battle between a test of the 200-day average. You see it in gray. The black line is the Bollinger Band, and you had a bullish crossover happening right now. You just got the 18 over the 100-day average. I would think you're going to go out and try to make new highs on that before it's all said and done with the embedded reading. So if you want to see what I do, how I do it, see what I do twice a day, have 30 seconds to a minute and a half to read my newsletter, you're going to go through it pretty fast. You're going to go, whoa, we brought out an interesting point. I hope you say that at least. That's what I do. I time that newsletter because I only have X amount of your time, but in that, by doing it in bullet points, I'm making the point. There's no fluff in it. And you're going, whoa, he's got a point there. Yeah, in the commentary, I'll give you a couple of paragraphs where I want to lead you with things. But I think you get used to the way that I put this together. We have a good following for it. So how do you get it? Just go to our website. I'm going to repeat again, iraepstein.com, free offers. You can also click up at the top up here. You'll see an icon for that. It includes the morning video, the twice daily written updates, the Sunday update, and the Friday morning update, along with special reports, and they'll look sort of like that. I'm Ira. You have a great evening. I'll talk to you all first thing in the morning.